Um, I want to really drive this point home, man, so that y'all can understand that when corn is no longer on your mind, right? When you get to a place, right? And let me just say this. Remember the time when you were a kid, when you were young, where you were not exposed to social media. A world where you were not exposed to the internet, where you had no phone. A phone for you probably didn't even exist. Only a flip phone, a prepaid phone that can only text halfway through and make some phone calls and stuff. But you had to pay for minutes, one of those phones. You know what I'm saying? That was really just for emergency calls, really. That was it. But a time and place where your brain did not know anything about Google, the internet, let alone the corn websites. And remember that time specifically where it wasn't on your mind 24/7. There was no such thing as SEX on your mind. You were too busy being a kid. You were too busy playing with your Hot Wheels. You were too busy watching your favorite cartoons. You were too busy watching your favorite anime shows. You were too busy playing basketball with your friends. You were too busy playing tag at recess, falling, tripping, getting yourself dirty. You were just too busy being a kid, bro. You weren't focused on pleasuring yourself with this artificial stimulation. You were gaining pleasure through playing with other. You know what? That didn't even sound right. Let me just rewind that real quick. Let me rewind that. I meant to say socializing. There we go. That's a better word. Socializing with other kids, right? You were too preoccupied with socializing with other kids your age. You had no time to think about corn or sex. That wasn't that thought, that concept, it didn't even exist. Right? It did not even exist in your mind. It was only until you got around certain people that told you about, oh, go watch this, and oh, I got this magazine of this hot girl and stuff like that. Oh, I'm gonna show you where I get all my magazines from, and that's how it all started. Or someone was playing exotic videos and X-rated R content, rated R content on the web, and you just happen to walk in the room and catch it. You just happen to walk in and see everything. And then, that image was playing back in your mind, your subconscious, 24/7. And one of the things about corn, when you watch it, it's not something you can just take out of your mind automatically. It's like jelly. Once it gets on your finger, it sticks. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that's hard to unwatch. You can't really unwatch, the corn. You can't unwatch it because it has such an effect on your subconscious. It has a very huge impact on your dopamine receptors, a huge impact on your reward system, your brain's reward system. And it's not healthy for your brain to consume all that. Because then you're teaching yourself that all I got to do to get pleasure, to beat off, to feel good about myself, is turn on my favorite corn video. Look up my favorite actress. You know what I'm saying? Sign up to an OnlyFans account. And that's how I get my pleasure. That's how I get my rocks off. Right? You're teaching your brain instant gratification. That's what you're teaching your brain. So now you're desensitized to everything that is sexualized on the internet. So now your brain becomes sexualized. So when you finally get to a place, bro, when you no longer think about it, you don't think about it. You don't think about it. You know, I recently got to a point, and I'm gonna just, you know, this is my own personal story, but my laptop was a place, a device where I consumed pornography all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I was a hard addict, the laptop, every time I got on that laptop, there was no such thing as me working on that laptop. There was no such thing as me studying, researching on that laptop. All it came down to was the corn websites. What was bookmarked on my, you know, laptop. Going through the whole search history. I mean, my goodness, man, it was embarrassing. You know? All my favorite websites, you know, was just one click of a button away. One click of a button. You know? That's where I was consuming the most corn, was on my laptop. And this year, and I didn't even really notice this until a couple days ago, until it hit me. I'm like, hold on. I haven't even viewed porn. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even viewed anything corn related on my laptop in like the past 4 or 5 months. I swear to God. Like, I haven't looked at any websites. I haven't went on any websites. I haven't even teased myself. I'm like, bro, hold on. It's at a point now where when I get on my laptop, I'm not thinking about, okay, what website do I go on to get my rocks off? You know what I'm saying? Or that same website is not one click of a button away anymore. It's not even on my subconscious anymore. When I get on my laptop, it's either to create content through StreamYard. I'm either writing something, because now I'm getting into the habit of writing more often, right? And either researching, studying certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. That's the activity that's on my laptop now. There is no corn. There is no exotic websites. There is no Pornhub. There is no such thing anymore. It's like all that stuff, all that filth has been erased from my history of my laptop. Now, mind you, just to kind of throw this out there, I'm still dealing with, you know, the addiction through my phone. That's something I'm still working through. When it comes to looking at certain things on my phone, I'm still having trouble with that, right? And I'm still working through that. But when it comes to my laptop, which was always the device, the same device where I was viewing corn, viewing these exotic images, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at filth. It was always on my laptop. At one point, it was on my tablet. Had to get to a point, man, I got to throw out my tablet, and that's what I did. Years ago, I just had to throw out my tablet because I'm like, okay, this is a little bit extreme. This addiction is getting a little bit too far. Obviously, it didn't stop because then I was viewing it on my laptop, creating viruses on my laptop and stuff, you know. But it's been 4 or 5 months since, you know, that I have not viewed anything corn related. No Twitter, no P-Hub, nothing, bro. None of that BS. Not even images. Not even exotic images, man, of different women. You know? When I get on my laptop, I'm not thinking about corn. I just organically got to that point where I don't even think about typing in the website name. I don't even think about it. And that's the place that every addict, every young man that was addicted, brainwashed by corn, was a slave to it. You got to get to a place where you no longer think about it. Because when you don't think about it, when you can't really think about it, that means you're preoccupied with other things. You're preoccupied with more important things in your life. Things that are purpose driven. Right? And that's really the goal, man. That's the key of being free. That laptop used to be a source of pleasure, where I find pleasure, gain that instant gratification. It used to be. I can look back and say that used to be a source of my pleasure. That used to be a trigger point. Okay, I'm on the laptop, I'm getting all these sexual thoughts, they just come on in and they swarm into my mind. They're swarming in my subconscious right when I get on that laptop. Not anymore. 4 or 5 months later, man, not anymore. Because I've occupied my mind with more work. Keep myself more busy. You know what I'm saying? Using the laptop for more important things, for more productive things. You feel me? And listen, once I get a new laptop, a MacBook, I plan on getting a MacBook pretty soon. I'm throwing that laptop out. It's going to be in the garbage, in the dumpster. Straight up. Because once I get a new MacBook, I'm not going to want nothing to do with that old laptop anymore. Just throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Replace it. You know? But man, I got to tell you, once you get to that point, you just got to get to that point, man. And really what it comes down to you just being a man, you owning up to the addiction, you repenting, turning away from the sexual lust, turning away from perversion, turning away from all that stuff, man. You gotta go cold turkey. There's no other way to put it. You gotta grab your balls and just go cold turkey, man. Keep yourself busy, keep yourself productive. I was literally shocked when I found that out. Okay, now that I no longer have this issue with viewing porn on my laptop anymore, now it's all about never going back to it on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Recently reinstalling those blocker apps. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get yourself those blocker apps so that you can no longer gain access to those porn websites. You know, you don't want to gain access to those porn websites anymore when you're quitting. What's the sense of quitting if you have easy access? My bad, I think I got cut off for a second there. So yeah, like I was saying, once you get that temptation, you become tempted, you get that urge, you're gonna go right back to those websites. The devil will lead you back into those websites. That parasite that lives inside of you is gonna tell you to go and watch that video, go and watch that porn scene that you've been thinking about all day. And knowing you haven't fully quit, because You have easy access to that. Within one click, one button, you're there. You're there. And you're just damaging your eye gates, further damaging your brain, scraping all the gray matter out of your freaking brain. You're not allowing yourself to heal from corn. You have to allow yourself to heal. That's the only way you're going to get to that place where you no longer think about it. Sometimes when it comes to your addiction, it's not just always the addiction itself. It's circumstances, it's people, it's certain things, certain objects that remind you of the addiction. You probably got to, get to a point where you lock your phone in the car, in your car. Keep your phone in the car. Enter into your home without the phone. That's right. During nighttime, during night hours, when you're about to go to sleep, you're coming home from work, man, leave that phone in your car. I know it may sound crazy, it may sound, whatever, it is what it is, but like, you just have to exercise that discipline, and just deny yourself of that easy access. Because when it comes to corn, there is easy access. The devil has made it easy for us to view, pornographic content. He has made it very simple. Okay? There's not much effort that goes into clicking a button, typing in the website. There's no effort. You know what I'm saying? It's very damaging. It's very damaging, man. I'm so glad that I'm at a point, like, I'm on my freaking laptop. I don't even think about that anymore, man. I don't get those lustful thoughts like how I used to. I don't. That's a sign that I have grown. I have overcame. I still do lustful thoughts here and there. But the thing is, if it won't be your laptop, it can be your phone. And right now, I'm exercising discipline when it comes to the easy access on my phone. I have all the blocker apps, denied myself of access. So, we got to heal the right way. We got to heal our brain the right way. I'm still on this journey just like you may be on this journey. We're in this together. You know what I'm saying? You're not alone on this journey, because I'm on the same journey, the same pathway like the rest of y'all. I just came to a place of growth, of overcoming through a device that I was viewing on it so much, so frequently. Like, it was just insane how much of that I was consuming on my laptop. Went from that to now doing more productive work to keeping my mind occupied. Did a whole 360 with that, and I'm proud of myself, man. I'm very proud of myself. It's called making progress. And be proud of yourself for making progress, because that's really what it's all about. And once you no longer think about it, you're free from it. How can you go back to it if you don't think about it? Like, if you don't think about that girl, that woman that broke your heart, that cheated on you, how are you ever going to want to talk to her again? You don't think about her. She's not on your mind. It's like she never existed in your world. So if there's no thought of her, how do you even get to a point where you talk to her again? or want to stay in contact or want to see her. None of that will ever take place because you do not have a thought of that woman ever in your mind. You know, you no longer have that thought of her anymore. There is no more room of that woman in your storage, in your memory data. There's no room for it. Just like there's no room for corn. There's no room for it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get to that point where the pornographic content, the thought of it is, there's no room for it in your memory banks. There's no room. Simply no room. Sorry. Not enough space for you. You got all this space for other things that are purpose driven. Purpose driven. You have all the space in the world for things that are more important in your life. And that's a good thing. That's, to me, man, I don't know about y'all, but that's a win. And a lot of people are not going to tell you this when it comes to quitting the addiction, overcoming the addiction. A lot of people are not going to tell you. Listen, you probably tuned into this video and you heard it from me first. You heard this piece of information from me first. So, if you made it through this entire video, shout out to you. You a real one for staying through and getting the information and, you know, just getting the knowledge, man. And I want to share that piece of knowledge to you guys, because maybe it could help you out in your situation, you know, and hopefully it does. So that being said, thank y'all for watching once again. You know, like the video for the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Comment down your thoughts below. And I'm out, man. Peace.